It's literally just hearing animals everywhere I go today. So earlier, I thought there was a puppy locked in the wall when I went to the bathroom. And then now I'm in the office and I keep hearing something and I'm like afraid to look and like see if it's like a mouse or something.
Do you remember when, because we're in a relatively new building, and so when you develop areas, mice don't have anywhere to go. So sometimes until they're gone, they're in your area. Remember like 3-4 years ago, the mouse ran across my desk and I lost my mind?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do mice well.
No. But you picked
What
up
can
a
I say?
tarantula.
Yes. Oh, that was so cool. I didn't think tarantulas were in Northern California. I don't know why. I mean, it's basically desert here.
I know my ex saw one leaving Ironstone one time.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
you saw one, your kids and you saw one up in Sonora, and your friend just picked it up. So you've told me on the air before, like tarantulas can't harm a human.
Yeah, they don't. I don't think there are any recorded tarantula deaths in the last 100 years. Like they'll bite you, and some are venomous, but they're not going to kill you. At least the ones I think here in America. I think in
No, but they're
Australia they've
ugly,
got weirder ones.
scary looking, and gross.
But we were doing some work, and my girlfriend goes, "Oh my God, there's a baby tarantula!" I'm like, "No, there's not." And I lost my mind. I'm like, "I got to see it! I got to see it! I got to see it!" So I came over like a little child, and I'm looking at this baby tarantula, and said, "Hey, we got to get a jar and show the kids." And she's like, "No, leave it alone. No, we got to get a jar." So I got a jar and I put the paper under it.
How
And I
to say
brought it
you're from the
over
valley without saying you're from the valley. Mm-hmm.
and I'm showing the kids. And I didn't realize that tarantulas will burrow in shale. And so we got this lesson on tarantula holes in shale and which ones they live in.
See, I'd rather not know that they're living in there.
I
Like
guess
I know spiders aren't like most of them aren't harmful, or a lot of bugs and ants. Like I don't want them around.
yeah. Yeah, and it's funny that we're talking about this too, because I was what was it I was watching the other day? But it was this thing about like statistics and how we scare the crap out of people. But like a black widow, nobody's died from a black widow bite since like the 1990s.
Yeah, that brown recluse is the one you got to be worried about.
So, and I think I want to look this one up too, because I think it said that we overhyped the brown recluse too. Last known brown.
Yeah, I think my only experience, I didn't have an experience with the brown recluse. I know somebody who did, and it was a terrible, terrible, terrible experience. So that's all I know from is the example.
It says that I'm going through this. They don't have a statistic here on when the last death was. It just makes you really sick and not feel good.
So I think what happened, so I know somebody who got bit by a brown recluse, and what they have to do, and I'm saying showing my arm because it was on her arm.
Yeah.
They have to get all the venom and the stuff from underneath, and they can't close it up because they want the venom to not stay in there if there is any left.
Oh, so it can leap out.
So the cut is like a hole, like a ditch in your skin to get everything out, right? And since they couldn't stitch it up, she ended up getting MRSA. Do you know what that is?
Isn't that like an infection or something from the hospital or whatever?
A terrible bacteria, because the wound was open and it got in there, and they ended up having to put her in a medically induced coma, all because of the spider bite.
Oh my God.
She lived and she got out of it. And just like, females these days, she's like, "Oh, I lost a bunch of weight." I'm like, "You were in a coma."
She's like, "I know. Have you tried it?"
So that's my only brown recluse experience. So I think they're the most deadly, Avi. But it was really the MRSA that got her.
One of my favorite things is when I run into people that I haven't seen in a couple of years. They'll come up and be like, "Oh my God, you lost a ton of weight, dude. What'd you do?" And I love the look on their face every time. I'm like, "Have you considered divorce and depression? Because it works really well."
Right.
They never know how to answer that one.
I think that's why a lot of these celebrities these days are like, just don't comment on my body at all, whether I'm gaining weight or losing weight. Like, you don't know I wasn't may have not have been trying to do this, and so I went through something serious, you know?
I think Jonah Hill put it best. Like whether I look good or bad in your eyes, like when you say something, it affects me. You know, it affects me in that I think of like, what were you thinking of me before? It affects me of what if I go back right now? What if everything changes and tomorrow I put it back on? Then what are you going to think about me? So just don't say anything at all.
I agree. All
Yeah.
right, we have Shawn Mendes tickets on the air. I need to jump off. I need to go potty all of a sudden.
All right.
All
Cool.
right, guys, we'll see you later. Bye.